Sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Waiting to snap. Here it comes. Pressure coming once again. Picked up. Gives it to Price. He's got a lane. Picks up the first down. A block. Can he get across? And he does. A little spinneroonie at the 2.
Barons is on to punt another one away here. There's a high end over end. Moorhead will get a chance at the 20. Flagged out on the block in the back. It's going to erase a beautiful return from Moorhead, who's still on his feet. All this running is for naught because the penalty is going to bring this one back. It's a shame because Moorhead just showed you what he can do. As he gets pushed out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
It is a night game at Academy, but they got the roll-in portable lights. So quarterback keeper Montoya, and he's in. Touchdown Huskies. So Hope immediately.
Back set. No one there to catch it at their apex. It'll be Ashley in the middle. Who else is it going to end? Kaylin Ashley with force. Shotgun. Snap, gets it. Play action pass, fires. Breaking one tackle free. Nice move. There's a block. And this is going to go to the house. Touchdown time.
9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, 3 teams had an opportunity to close it out yesterday. One did. That means we will have a bunch more baseball going forward. Certainly in Los Angeles, not in New York. What's up, boys and girls? A weird day yesterday, but an interesting one. Lots of NFL to get to as we get ready to kick off your new NFL week tonight here on the Sports Animal with the Eagles and Giants. The Notable Gay 3. College golf is going on out at Twin Warriors. And you got your little hoop schedule for TV, so you can sit on your couch and you can complain about game times if you want. And now you know what networks you have to go get, what packages to buy. It's all set out for you. I even think what time. Good morning, happy Thursday, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. You found us on 95.9 FM at AM 610. The Sports Animal. How you living?
What it do?
You okay?
All right.
Dodger fan. How you feeling tonight? Or today? I guess it's 6:30 or 7. What is it? 7:03 in the morning. How you feeling this morning? It wasn't necessarily the bullpen that got you, although it was a little bit the bullpen that got you. But it was the Phillies got to Yoshinobu Yamamoto yesterday after he went through the lineup the first time, and Kyle Schwarber hit a couple of bombs, and Clayton Kershaw I don't know, JB, is that the last time we ever see him? It might be, right? He got pounded in 2 innings and he gave up 5 runs. 4 of them earned on 6 hits. Dodgers lose 8-2 to the Phillies. They'll play game 4 tonight in Los Angeles. Do you think that's the last time we see Clayton Kershaw?
I thought Kershaw ended up becoming the sacrificial lamb.
100% he did.
In L.A., it got to a point where there's that, all right, all our eggs are going to go in the next basket.
Yeah. You go eat this.
And that thought did not cross my mind until you said it.
Well, I mean, think about it. If they win tonight Well, are they going to put him in a competitive? They're not. I mean, he's done, right? He threw 2. He's not pitching today. So if they win today, does he get on the World Series roster? He was not on the roster in the first round of the playoffs. The way he looked yesterday, he got pounded. And if they, obviously they lose the series, then they're done, and that's it. That could have been the last time we ever see Clayton Kershaw pitch, right? I don't know if they said that on the broadcast.
I don't think they did, but when you take a step back, look at the overall picture, it's entirely possible.
I mean, that's such a crummy way for a guy like that to go out. Just being out there and, you're when did he come in? He came in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th inning. And so they were down at that point. It was 3-1. And he gave up those 5 runs. And Dave Roberts was just sitting there going, all right, Kirsch, take it. Like, I'm not burning arms, man. This is you tonight. Go eat those innings. Go eat those outs. You got to take it. And he sat there and he took it. And I don't know. I mean, that's not the story, but it's part of the story. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. For the Dodgers, for the big part of the story.
I think so too. Yeah, no, I think so too. I think you're all right, Dodger fan. Glasnow goes tonight in Los Angeles. It'll be, I believe, probably 7:00 again tonight, right? Yeah, 7:08 tonight is when they're going to go. And let's see what you get tonight. But it was the Phillies' night last night. Dodgers waste that triple in the first inning by Mookie Betts, leave him on first base. And I thought it was really interesting the way that the Phillies handled the pitching staff. They ran Aaron Nola out there, and he was pretty good. The only hit he gave up in 2 innings was the triple to Betts, and he stranded him. And then they go to the bullpen, and Ranger Suarez pitches for 5 innings and was terrific. He gave up 1 hit, struck out 4 in 5 innings, and got him into the 7th, and then they turned it over to the back end of their bullpen and shut him down. I thought it was a really interesting approach by Philly last night. It worked, and they stay alive in those beautiful, beautiful powder blue days.
Solid uniform game.
100%. That's all they brought. They didn't bring their that's what they're wearing. Those are the only uniforms they brought to LA. Still to wear those again tonight. Yamamoto was good until he had to go through the second time. Pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 hits and 3 runs. So it's 2-1. Dodgers still on top, and it comes down to me to starting pitching for them. Although this was the first time, and it's my mom called this, dude. I was talking to my mom right before the game. It's like, I don't have a good feeling about this one tonight. I'm like, really? It's like every time Yamamoto pitches, the Dodgers don't hit. It's like he's such a good pitcher, but every time they don't score runs when Yamamoto pitches. I just feel it's like I feel
well,
bad.
we've arrived here to the west.
No, they're hitting right now, Mom. I mean, they're good. She nailed it. She had this one down. She's better than you and me. Except for the Dodgers.
Yeah, we should just have a recorded Dodger segment.
Just call her and have her. Way too early, man. She ain't getting up. She ain't doing that. All right, the other National League game last night, the Cubs stay alive. Boy, the Brewers had chances. The Cubs stay alive in Milwaukee. Pete Crow Armstrong hit the tie-breaking 2-run single. Cubs avoid the sweep. They get to play Go Cubs Go. What do you think of that song? Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are going to win today. You like that?
Solid.
As far as like you like Sinatra?
Like a team anthem.
Yeah. I mean, as far as those team anthems, you like the Sinatra, New York, New York. You like Randy Newman. I know you hate Randy Newman because he's saying short people, but he but he did do I Love L.A. too.
He did?
You never heard that short people song until I played it for you?
Wild. So wild.
Same
hey,
dude.
Cockroaches and Randy Newman. They'll survive everything.
All right, so big one for the Cubs. It felt like they were hanging on the whole time because the Brewers were right. I mean, like threatening in the 8th, threatening in the 9th. But a 4-run first for Chicago holds on. Michael Busch started that rally. He was the first player in big league history with multiple leadoff home runs in a single postseason series, which is wild to me. I can't. With all the great leadoff hitters that have been in baseball over the years, that nobody has done that was wild to me. Better chance to extend this thing back to Game 5, Milwaukee or Chicago? I'm sorry, Philadelphia or Chicago?
Philadelphia.
I think so too. Even though the Cubs are at home, Philly's on the road. But if Philly wins tonight, man, Dodger fan, then it's time to puck it. Don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Don't want to be going back to Philadelphia.
The other side of the big story is the Yankees. They're done. Toronto 5, New York 2. Vlad Guerrero Jr. and George Springer each had runs batted in. 8 Toronto pitchers last night. They ran through 8 pitchers last night.
Bullpen game, and the Yankees offense couldn't get it done.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? 8 pitchers. When I look at these box scores sometimes. So I grew up and get it, man. I'm a little older, but I used to scour the print box scores. That was my thing in the morning, man. Give me the LA Times, which was the best sports page ever, and I'd sit over my cereal, and I'd scour box scores. I was that kid. Man, I look at these 8 pitchers in the box scores now. It's just it's like here's my whole damn roster.
Yeah, now you just open your scoring app and just scroll through.
Right. But the amount of pitchers, it's sometimes it's crazy. But I mean, an inning, one and a third, an inning and 2/3, inning and 2/3, a third, an inning, 2/3, 1.1. I mean, but it worked. I don't know.
Blue Jays were that good.
Yes.
All year long.
Yes.
They won the season series with the Yankees, but they're the Toronto Blue Jays. So when it gets to the playoffs, they can't out-hit the Yankees, and they did. And you saw for New York that had the home run numbers when things tightened up. There was no one to support Aaron Judge. Big moments, they didn't come through. Had the bases loaded. Austin Wells pops out the end of the bottom of the 8th inning, down 4, and Toronto was just able to layer everything. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was a superstar in this series and had plenty out.
Yeah. Is the world ready for a Toronto-Milwaukee World Series?
No.
I don't think so either. I mean, the fact that you start out the playoffs and you got all these big markets in, right? You got L.A., you got New York, you got Chicago, you got Philadelphia to start the playoffs. And you're going to hit me with Milwaukee, Toronto. But it might be that way. It might be the 2 best teams. Tigers and Mariners are going to have something to say about it. They're going back to Seattle for Game 5. Detroit with a big 9-3 victory at home yesterday afternoon. Riley Green, Javi Baez each had a home run. They had a big 4-run 6. They just erupted. Okay, so the Tigers, we talked about them all summer, and then we dismissed them. If they keep finding a way to get through series, man, like if they get this could be an unbelievable story. If they, with the amazing fall that they had, if they get through Seattle and get to the American League Championship Series, I think this is an incredible story. I will give them a chance against Toronto. I'll pick Toronto on that. But this is kind of where we're aimed all summer, is Detroit, Toronto in some respects. The Tigers are fascinating to me. They just are.
Well, if they get through this series, then we don't have to talk about the regular season.
But it's still part of the story.
It's part of the story, but I'm not going to be like, I don't know. It's like, no, it's postseason.
Yeah. You're getting it done now. Now you're getting it done.
Javi Baez homer for the first time in class of 2017.
Right.
In there.
They're an amazing, fascinating story to me. And both these teams, I love the construction of both these teams. I love both these teams' story. They're going to go, and it's going to be Tarik Skubal on the mound. The best pitcher in baseball was held for Game 7, and here they are. And by the way, the win at home was their first win at Comerica Park in more than a month. They were 0-8 after their September 6th win by Tarik Skubal over the White Sox. I mean, that's about when I was there, wasn't it?
Probably.
That's insanity to me. All right, we got a lot to do today. What day is today? Thursday. Coming up on the show today, Jerry Palm is going to be with us at 8:30. He of Palm Brackets. We're going to talk to him. He's got bowl projections out. I want to talk to him about his feel of what's going on in North Carolina with Bill Belichick. You get the Red River rivalry this weekend, OU and Texas. His thoughts about whatever's going on in college football. We'll get there. The transfer portal conversation. I got a bunch more that came in after the show yesterday on the Harper Dunn conversation that we were having. The young lady who transferred from Corona to play at Albuquerque Academy. that finally got declared eligible to play, and we had a lot of conversation on that. I got a bunch more information on that, so we'll get there. There's a lot of NFL stuff as we get ready to kick off your weekend in the National Football League because, well, there's injuries and there's trades and there's Joe Flacco starting this weekend.
Woo! How's your fantasy team look?
I mean, do you pick him up or do you just pick up the Packers defense if you can and trade for it? So we'll get there when we get back. 505-246-0610. We'll do Two Idiots, Too Many Teams coming up at 9 o'clock. We'll get into the fantasy football stuff then. 505-246-0610 is how to get here today. 505-246-0610. Emails come in this morning as they always do. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com or JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the Twitter, it's _JJ Buck. They now call it, that's what the kids call it, the X now. It's no longer the Twitter. You old people call it Twitter. And we're on TV. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. It's on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM. You can watch us. And on the ProView Networks YouTube channel. Hey, do you got friends whose backyard is immaculate, it's really cool? You wish you had one? You can. You can have a yard like that. Maybe their water feature or the pavers or putting green. And I know you want that for your landscape. But now it's fall and you are thinking about waiting till spring. That is a bad decision. Do not wait till spring because everybody thinks about waiting till spring, and that means you get on a list, and by the time that your project's done, half of next summer is gone. Call LaBarge Landscape today. I did it. I'm thrilled. My yard is better than it's ever been. My grass was dying. It's now back in plush. My irrigation system was brutal. It now works. Hence, my lawn is plush. They cleaned up the whole backyard. They took away all those weeds, the crud that was just growing. It got away from me, man. I needed help, and they took care of it. My front yard looks immaculate as well. Call LaBarge Landscape today. Have it done so when spring arrives, you don't have to wait. You know what you want? You got a pretty good idea how you want your yard to look. Maybe it is just a cleanup. LaBarge is going to make it happen. If you're not sure what you want, you just know you want something, call LaBarge Landscape. Their design team will come out, look at your space. They'll draw up a bunch of sketches until you find exactly what it is you and your family want. You'll have the landscape of your dreams. Look, for 32 years, LaBarge Landscape has been doing it in this market. They've won the hearts of customers dreaming about gorgeous landscapes all around Albuquerque. I'm one of them. You're going to get years of enjoyment from a landscape transformation. You will love this. Remember, the people who get to enjoy a new landscape in the spring are the ones who get it done now. They call LaBarge Landscape now. Just need a cleanup in the fall, leaf cleanup, pruning shrubs. LaBarge Landscape does that as well. Go on their website. It's LaBarge, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. Look at the pictures. Look at some of the stuff they've done. It's incredible. They are the best. Then give them a call, 505-345-3000. 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family.
Rejuvenate the great receivers who have had average seasons. That's Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You're not convinced, right?
No.
I'm not sure I am either, at least for this week. Now, I don't know that you're going to get a solution, you're going to get an answer that you're satisfied with after 1 week, especially against the Packers. But I do believe after this week, it will get a little bit better. I don't know that you could just throw a guy. Now, you're going to tell me Baker Mayfield showed up on a Tuesday and played for the Rams on Thursday and won a game. You're right. When it slows down, when they play the Cardinals, the Steelers, the Panthers, the next 3 weeks. Wait, am I looking at the wrong thing? Never mind. Back me up. That's absolutely not. Cincinnati after this gets the Steelers, the Jets, the Bears. I think, and a full week of practice, I think it gets better. I don't think this week will tell the whole story for Joe Flacco. I think it's going to be better than what they had with Jake Browning because he's a veteran. He makes better decisions. But I think you're putting him in a tough spot, sending him to Green Bay, saying, "Here's a new playbook. Go to work."
I don't think he makes better decisions at all.
Okay.
I just think
he turned the ball over a lot this
year. Yeah, he has 9 interceptions, or Gino.
Yeah, he leads the league in turnovers.
It's just the difference is, as much as Jake Browning turned it over, Joe Flacco is more willing to push the football downfield and cut it. So it's not a better decision maker. He's just going to throw it. He is a gunslinger.
I got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins as opposed to Jerry Jeudy and Isaiah Ball.
That's correct. But what did Jamar Chase do last? Went off.
Yeah, I think a lot of those numbers were fourth quarter garbage numbers, weren't they? I mean,
I don't understand how this is going to be different. Thanks.
I don't know that I think it's going to be different this week, but I think long term, we'll see. Or the Flacco magic is just done, and that's a possibility too. The other side of this trade is Cleveland, and this is delicate. This is very, very, very delicate. Because Kevin Stefanski, who's the head coach in Cleveland, has not named a second-string quarterback. What do you mean, Jeff? It's got to be. I mean, it's Shador. That's easy. Yeah, is it? It seems like it's easy, and it seems like it would be easy. However, it's not. Stefanski was non-committal. He's got Bailey Zappi on the practice squad. Bailey freaking Zappi. And he could be the backup quarterback. Quote, this is Stefanski yesterday. All roster type of things, I always have to be mindful of our players and our players' development. And I want to make sure that I'm always doing what's best for our players and, of course, our team. But with young players, I'm always thinking about last week, make the change to Dylan. You have to think long and hard about that because these are young players that are so invested in their development. So I'll let the decision play out and make a decision later. This, if they elevate Bailey Zappi,
people lose their mind.
Right?
But this goes back to the words that just came out of your mouth and everyone talking about Joe Flacco. Even if you're in development mode and you realize it's going to be tough to win this season, there is no NFL team that is running out 2 rookie quarterbacks, let alone a 3rd and a 5th round pick. There's a reason that all these quarterbacks, people say, sucks. How's this guy still playing? Because you're the veteran in the room. You have a sense of what it takes. Call plays, run a huddle, and be on an NFL.
I don't think you're wrong.
So that's why Bailey Zappi is in this conference.
Are they protecting Shador? Is Stefanski watching Shador every day and just saying he's just not ready? The other piece of this puzzle is Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel just made his first start. How do you make this, and I'm not sure I know what the word is, as what is the word I'm looking for? To give him the best opportunity. to succeed. You have anointed, as for now, Dillon Gabriel as your starting quarterback. Everybody with a microphone, or a phone for that matter, is waiting for him to fail and Shedeur to get his shot, right? Everybody's just assuming that's coming any day now. How does the head coach create a situation that is as advantageous or gives, and this is the way to put it, gives Dillon Gabriel the best opportunity to succeed? And you've got Shedeur sniffing down his neck and everybody waiting for this guy to fail so you can go to Shedeur. Is the answer, I'm going to take a little bit of pressure off that. The next guy's up Bailey Zappi. Are you waiting that hard now for Dillon Gabriel to fail? Is that part of this?
People are, and I do think that's the mindset. I also think there's no, unless it's been like late in the season, I don't remember a time there's been two rookie quarterbacks as QB1 and QB2.
No, that's correct. I don't know that it's ever been done.
Now, if Shedeur is talented enough, he'll earn his opportunity. This isn't the league is out to get Shedeur Sanders. I think this is something where Dillon Gabriel gets a stretch, and you get to the second half of the season, and Shedeur Sanders gets to audition a game or two.
Yeah.
I think we'll see that, because even coming in, like before the draft, I looked at Dillon Gabriel as a good backup quarterback. I think he could be in the league for a while, be a QB2, and I think that Cleveland understands that. They know that their franchise quarterback's probably not on the roster. Maybe the dude with a higher ceiling is Shedeur, but I think it will be the second half of the season. You have to wait till that point where he'll get his chance to.
I think you're giving Dillon Gabriel this stretch. Steelers, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, Ravens come up. You're giving him this stretch to develop. And then if it goes to the toilet, and look, you're already 1-4, then you can elevate Shedeur and give him a shot. I'm not sure. I think that they're convinced he's not their quarterback of the future. They drafted him in the third round. I mean, you think they drafted him just to be a lifetime backup at Cleveland? I think they drafted him to be the next guy. When they drafted him then at number 3, hey, we might get our guy right.
You're not drafting a dude in the third or fourth round thinking that's could it happen? Sure, it's few and far between.
I mean, it's happened. I don't want to say all the time, but it's happened plenty of times. I don't think they're throwing this guy out there right now and just saying. I mean, look. So you think they're in the quarterback market again? They may have the number 1 pick. They're picking the number 1 pick quarterback again next year.
They'll be looking.
If it doesn't work, certainly.
You guys have careers, absolutely. So if they did not take Dillon Gabriel in the third round, going, man, this dude is going to be starting for us for the next 6 years.
Yeah, he'll back up Joe Flacco for the next 6 years. I mean, what's the plan with a third string quarterback or a third round quarterback?
You hope he can develop. Maybe he becomes a starter. Okay, but the starting quarterbacks in the NFL that are good, that are not named Dak Prescott now. It's Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy.
And there was Russell Wilson from there. Yeah. Everywhere else, it is a first string quarterback or a first round quarterback. Everywhere else that who has succeeded. Yes, everywhere. Second round, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, everywhere else. Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. How would you handle it if you were the Browns? What would you do with Shedeur? Because I think it's so delicate, and the Dillon Gabriel piece does play into it. And how do you handle it? You playing Prize Picks tonight? You got one NFL game tonight. You got the Giants and the Eagles. Download the Prize Picks app. Get in on the action. You're watching the games. You know your stuff. Might as well make it work for you. You want more or less Jalen Hurts tonight, more or less than half of a passing touchdown. More or less on Jackson Dart, half a passing touchdown. More or less Saquon scoring a touchdown, 1/2. More or less on Saquon's receiving yards. This is what you do. So you go in there, you download the Prize Picks app, and you play lineups. You pay more or less 2 to 6 plays, and then you sit back, and when you are correct, you cash out. It's really kind of that simple. And Prize Picks is the only app that offers you stats. That means you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. So if you want to play, you can play basketball on this thing. Let's say you want to play Steph Curry right now, and you want to pick more on his points, his 3-pointers, and his assists. You can pick all 3 of them in the same lineup, and you can only do that on Prize Picks. You can follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app. You can copy their lineups if you like. If you say, "Wow, that guy's really good. I like what he's doing," you can just copy their lineup in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button. Check them out. Every lineup they create in the new feed tab, it's on Prize Picks. Highlight your winnings. This is just fun. I've been having a blast with it. My thing is, for whatever reason, I've kind of settled on 4. I like playing lineups of 4, and it's been my number. And it's worked really well for me. I've enjoyed it. Download the Prize Picks app. Have fun. You're watching all the games. As I look at the app right now, I mean, I got baseball on here. You can play baseball tonight. You got obviously the football games tonight. I got Dante Moore, Oregon's quarterback, more or less against Indiana, 1.5 passing touchdowns. Christian Yelich tonight, more or less than 1/2 of a hit for the Brewers tonight. And you can go anywhere you want. I got soccer on here as well. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code KNML. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KNML to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Brought to you by Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks. Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1.
Football tonight, right here on the Sports Animal, your home for the National Football League. Eagles and Giants will kick you off at 5:30 with our coverage. Good stuff on Saturday, man. Ohio State, Illinois, 9:30 in the morning. That's a big one in the Big Ten. OU, Texas, the Red River rivalry at 1 o'clock. Florida and Texas A&M. That's huge in the early evening slot at 5 o'clock. And of course, over on News Radio KKOB, we'll have the Lobos of Boise State. Pregame starts at 6:30 from the Blue. It's the Blue. All right. What else we got in the National Football League that you need to know? Other than I'm playing against the Packers defense this week, and I have to check on that. Of course I am. Niners probably without Brock Purdy again this weekend. I guess when you're winning, you're not going to rush your quarterback back, right? I mean, the way that they continue to win. What are they, 4-1? They just beat the Rams. They had the mini bye. Mac Jones is playing well, although Mac Jones last we saw him looked like he was broken. Yeah, he was broke. Right?
I don't think this is, hey, we're winning, we're good. I think it's legit. All these dudes are hurt. And Ricky Pearsall, Ron Jennings did not practice again. They're not going to be there. George Kittle's still working his way back from being placed on the injured reserve.
How good are they going to be? I mean, we never talk about the Niners in regards to the NFC. All they're doing is winning, and they're going to get better, right? At some point, they're getting Kittle and Pearsall and Jennings and Purdy and maybe Ayuk and all these guys back. I don't know what they're getting back on defense. But I watch them win every damn week. At some point, don't we got to look at them and say, like, Christian McCaffrey's been great. Mac Jones has been good.
Christian McCaffrey receiving saved that off.
Yeah, he's been great.
They can't run the football.
Okay. I didn't say he's running the ball great. He's been great.
I think that will hurt him in the second half.
That they can't run it? I mean, to me, that's an extension of the running game. Short passes to McCaffrey in the flat, over the middle, whatever they're doing. They're getting Christian McCaffrey going. I don't know. To me, he's been great.
He has been. He's been a fantasy superstar, but they're like
not even a fantasy superstar. He's saving their offense.
Yeah, but he's also, I think at some point when you are averaging 3 yards or less per carry,
right,
that's going to hurt you against the good teams second half of the season, get to the playoffs. Like the 49ers, like you can't kill them. You just have to have a belief, man, these dudes are always going to be there. And offensively, they could be pretty good. I think Bosa's not coming back.
No, he's not coming back. Look, to me, it's an extension of the running game, and it's great work by that coaching staff to find a way to get your best player and really your only playmaker left, although they found Kendrick Bourne last week, right? But get McCaffrey the ball. It's an extension of the running game. I get it. They're not rushing the ball. But I think McCaffrey's been great for what he's done this year and the way they've used him. Jeremy says, Jeffrey's mother, get off my rocks. Jeff, I think she should take over picking 3 for all. No doubt. She hit it last night. I mean, with my record, hell yes she should. What happens to Jordan Hudson, Jeff? And can we hire her to come rebuild the cheerleaders and the chaperones at UNL? She'll go wherever Bill goes, man. What happens there? I guess we can get into the North Carolina thing. Is that the kiss of death? When you get the, hey, we're 100% behind our guy. We back Bill Belichick. Never mind, they're 2-3. This is the athletic department, and the AD is Bubba Cunningham at North Carolina. I'm fully committed to UNC football and the program we're building here. This was Belichick in a statement. Bubba Cunningham said he's got the full support. So Belichick said, I'm not quitting. And Bubba Cunningham said, he has our full support. Does he make it through the season?
North Carolina's not going to fire him.
Does he make it through the season?
The only way he leaves for the reports are that he's looking to leave.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of reports on that. I mean, does he just say, I don't need this crap?
And kind of like, what were you expecting?
Well, I mean,
what did you think was going to happen? That you're just Bill Belichick?
Yeah.
You're going to get a bunch of dudes from South Alabama or wherever that quarterback came from and win the ACC?
Yeah, I thought he figured he'd put together a roster, that they had the NIL war chest, that he's Bill Belichick, that everybody's going to want to come here. Meanwhile, they're 2-3. All three of their games versus Power 4 competition have been blowouts. They're being outscored 120 to 33 when they didn't play Richmond and Charlotte. Let me give you that again. Take out their games against Richmond, who's the FCS, and Charlotte, who's the lower tier Americans. 120 to 33 is what they've been outscored by TCU and Clemson and Virginia. Was it Virginia? They haven't played Virginia yet. It was Clemson, and I forgot who the other. But I mean, that's what they're getting smoked by. It's insanity. I don't know if he makes it. I think he's too proud to say bleep it and quit in the middle of the season. I think he's too proud for that to quit. But if you ask me, is he back next year? I'm giving you 25% at that. I would say never.
Be on board with that.
Yeah, about 25%. I wouldn't say never. And he didn't get an NFL job, right?
Doesn't look like it.
I mean, the NFL's different. I get it. But, man, this is a mess. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sports@MLBQ.com, JJ at sports@MLBQ.com. There's some other college stuff. A lot of attention on the quarterback in the Red River rivalry. OU Texas this weekend. Will John Mateer be back? The Heisman candidate quarterback for Oklahoma. I'll get the latest on that when we get back. John Thomas Jewelers, if you're looking for a jewelry store, and even if you're not, go there anyway, because I didn't know I was looking, and then I found John Thomas Jewelers, and well, now they're my jeweler, and I love the place. They are fantastic. The service, the quality, what they do there, and then they have this, the No Regrets engagement. And if you are getting engaged, thinking about getting engaged, there's nowhere else to go. How do you know she's going to love the ring? You don't. You think she will, but you don't know that she's going to love the ring, and she needs to love it forever. Any ring you buy at John Thomas Jewelers, and there's over 3,000 of them right now for you to look at. Any ring you design with John Thomas Jewelers, and you'll see that in 3D. You preview it in 3D printed wax before they make it in precious metals. You design it. They make it right there on premises in their state-of-the-art design center. Any ring, if she wants something different, you got an entire year to redesign it after you propose. There's no penalty, not even on the custom-made rings. Their rings, all of them, come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty. Their diamonds are the best you can find. They're hand-selected by John Thomas Jewelers in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. You can't find a better, brighter, more beautiful diamond anywhere. It is the No Regrets engagement ring. It is exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. Go by and see them. 3rd floor, Lewis University building. They're on Louisiana, 1 block south of Banal, across from the Coronado Mall. See why they've been voted the best jewelry store in Albuquerque. For 5 straight years, they've been voted one of America's coolest jewelry stores. It is John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
This report is.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services.
Transfer quarterback that went from Washington State to Oklahoma. Started out the season on fire, beat Michigan, was a, if not the, would you say A or the front runner for the Heisman before he got hurt?
A.
All right, I might argue the, but it was very early, so I'll go with A. He's out. He had a hand surgery September 24th, so it's like 2.5 weeks ago. Pete Thamel of ESPN said earlier this week that Mateer was pushing for an early expected return and maybe will play on Saturday. Sooners coach Brent Venable was asked about it. He deferred. This would be big, man. They're playing really coy on this. I think there's a chance. The story I'm reading, by the way, used the word the Heisman. Yeah,
Heisman Trophy.
Mateer, the favorite for Heisman Trophy at the
Probably
time.
the odds. Yeah,
at the time. I think they're being coy about this. Look, I think it's a big deal. Michael Hawkins Jr. started last week. They beat the crap out of Kent State, 44-0. It's a whole different story. There's a lot riding on this, man. OU 6. This is a gigantic game. This is bye kind of stuff for college football playoff. My gut tells me they're going to try to get him out there.
Absolutely. This is a situation where they're going to do everything they can to have him on the field against Texas in a very good spot for the Sooners, because I'm at the point where it's like I need to see something from Arch Manning in that offense before I'm thinking, all right, the Longhorns can win one.
Better NFL quarterback on the field if it's Mateer and Arch Manning. Who's going to be a better NFL
right now?
It's
Mateer.
Yeah, I mean this Arch Manning like tank for Arch stuff. Go ahead, Cleveland. go ahead, Cleveland. Tank for Arch. That'll go right in line with what you're doing. And then maybe Cooper won't let him play there, just like Arch didn't let Eli play in San Diego. That'd be perfect.
Arch Manning would be lucky to be a third-round pick.
I 100% agree with that. He's not ready. He's a junior, right?
Yeah.
Like he can go back and make another $7 million next year at Texas.
I thought he would play better this season.
I did.
But even with him playing well, I figured he would play the next 2 years.
Look, I told you at the very beginning, tap the brakes. I did not think he's the Heisman guy. I thought he would play better than this, but I thought the hype was so over the top, and I appreciate him saying it. He was asked at the SEC Media Day about all the hype, and he said, man, I've started, 2 games? Right? I mean, he even said it. And I remember saying this to you. I mean, have we seen enough of this dude? I get what his last name is. I understand who his uncles are and his granddad is. But have we seen enough from him to anoint him yet? And you brought up a great point the other day, man. He played high school football at a lower level, and he's probably playing catch-up. I think he's going to be okay. I do. Let the young man develop. You're dead on. I got a bunch of emails from you. People talking hoops. Got update on Deion Sanders. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals after 3 straight walk-off losses. I got some news on the Cardinals quarterback as well. 505-246-0610. Jerry Palm from Palm Brackets will be with us at 8:30. We'll talk college football with him on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Hour.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport.
JJ Buck.
Thursday's game day in the National Football League. We'll open you up tonight. Eagles and Giants at 5:30. Had baseball last night. Late last night in the Chavez Ravine, the Phillies in their beautiful powder blues beat the Dodgers 8-2. 2-1 is that series. Los Angeles can close it out tonight. Cubs stayed alive in Wrigley. 4-3, they beat the Brewers. That is 2-1 Milwaukee as the Brewers try to close it out in Illinois tonight. Yankees are done. Blue Jays finished them off in the Bronx 5-2. They win the series, does Toronto 3-1. And the Tigers were winners yesterday, 9-3. Is that the final? 9-3 was the number. They'll go back to Seattle. 2 games apiece, winner take all, game 5. That'll be tomorrow in Washington State. In the WNBA last night, Asia Wilson hit the game winner with 0.3 of a second to go. Las Vegas Aces win a thriller. 90-88 was the number. The Aces are up 3-0 in the best of 7 WNBA championship series. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. We had a little Conference USA last night. You flip over and get a little footy last night, JJ? You didn't catch any UTEP Liberty, any Missouri State, Middle Tennessee, a little, what do they call it? Conference?
Weekday CUSA.
That's exactly right. Weekday CUSA. Got a text from Mike. He said, if we talked about Richie McKay and UTEP, that would be Liberty and UTEP last night. We hadn't yet, no. Jeff, can NMSU still win their conference? Does anyone in that league blow your socks off? You think, wow, Tony's guys can't beat them? No, there's nobody there. I mean, it feels like Louisiana Tech might be the best team in that league. Maybe. Liberty won last night at UTEP to go to 2-4 overall. But I mean, does anybody blow your socks off in that league? I don't think anybody does. 22-20, Missouri State got a late field goal. They win in Murfreesboro. They beat Middle Tennessee. Missouri State's 1-1 in Conference USA, 3-3. They'll be in Cruces in 2 weeks on a Wednesday. I think it's a Wednesday. And Liberty 19-8. UTEP's 1-5. I thought UTEP was going to be a lot better, JJ. Every year, man. Every year I hear about UTEP's going to be better. They're coming to the Mountain West. Are they just going to be the doormat of the Mountain West? I mean, tell me what makes you think. I always scratch my head at the UTEP thing. And I get it. They used to be in the WAC, and they're a decent-sized metropolitan area, and they won a national championship in basketball in the 60s. The UTEP thing, I've always scratched my head. I never understood it. And I've been here 30 years. I get it. The old-school Lobo fan has a rivalry there. What's the lore of UTEP?
Just something that used to be.
I think that's It used to be what? Basketball, right?
Regional rival.
In basketball. Yeah. UTEP scored 8 points, and they scored late when the quarterback got loose. JJ, 111 yards passing, 56 yards rushing. That's 167 yards of total offense at home last
I do think there's a lot of teams, though, that are looking at the Mountain West next season saying, this is our opportunity.
Well, sure, and X
We're
said
climbing that ladder.
X just said that, right? I mean, he's flat out said it. With the league being what it is, we got a lot of opportunity here. Yeah. You can, you keep building what you're building if he sticks around. Yeah, you got a lot of opportunity to legitimately next year say, why can't we compete for a league championship? UNLV is going to be, I think, the bully for a while. I think UNLV is nice. I think if Dan Mullen stays, and I have no reason to think Dan Mullen, I think he's loving the Vegas life. He's made a bunch of money. He got a buyout. And people forget that he walked away when he got fired at Florida. He walked away with a bunch of money. I think they're paying him $2.3 million now. I know he enjoys living in Vegas. Everybody's he's gone. He's going to UCLA. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's done the high profile. I think he's at a place where let's win. Let's have a good lifestyle. Let's play golf at Southern Highlands. It's a pretty good life, man.
Ain't too bad.
No, it's pretty good living. And let's see if we can get this club into the Big 12, which is what they're all thinking of. So, all right, I got some more from you. My email's at. With this one. Oh, Ryan's in. Ryan's our basketball buddy in San Diego. And he's in on Mountain West basketball. Hey, Jeff and JJ, long time no talk. Hope all's well. Really hyped. The basketball season starting up soon. I just got tickets to the UCLA San Diego State exhibition game next Friday in Viejas. I'm stoked they're finally letting crowds into those games with some NIL opportunities for the players. Mountain West Basketball Media Days will be here before you know it. Anyways, just want to check in. Keep up the great work, and let's have some fun with the last great iteration of Mountain West Basketball this year. JJ, I got asked to fill out a preseason ballot. I got a lot of it's due Monday. I got a lot of research to do this weekend. So
That's a fun thing to be asked to do. I do think
it feels like a responsibility because I'm not going to lie. As I sit here on Thursday and it's due on Monday, and that means I got a lot of homework to do this weekend. I don't know newcomer of the year, and I don't know whoever everybody's roster, what it looks like. I almost want to sit down with Grammar.
They do separate ones, right? Do they do like coaches and then media one? Or
probably. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been trying for 6 years to figure out who I can talk to get to do that for women's basketball. So.
I got to ask. You want to? You want my ballot?
Not for men.
Oh, you don't want.
I'm saying on the women's side, like that's fun. I just think it's really interesting. It's a guess, but then, as I say all the time, let your eyes tell you the story. We have preseason expectations, but we need to let our eyes do the adjustment.
So if I said to you right now, Mountain West basketball, and I think my eyes tell me just because everything's coming back at San Diego State with Guath, with Waters, with Bird, like I think San Diego State's, and this isn't a homer pick for me. I think they're the number one choice. After that, why don't you sort out Boise State, Colorado State, UNLV, New Mexico for me, Utah State, Nevada?
That's going to take some time and a little bit of guesswork. Absolutely.
Right? It's. I look at it and I'm like, dang, man. With all the transfers, I got some work to do. All right, 505-246-0610. You can get in on, whatever you want today. Have I opened the text line yet today? Where the hell is it? I don't know that I have opened the text line. Maybe I should. Or maybe I shouldn't. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. My emails come in. All right, this is yesterday we had the conversation about the stadiums, and Garcia said that they should have sold the Albuquerque Sports Stadium back 2000, whatever it was, to that independent league team. And I told you, they didn't want to buy that stadium. They wanted to come in and rent it. And he thinks we have the same opportunity now to sell University Stadium to United. And I don't understand that whole concept. He's in to explain it to you. He said, of course I realize you aren't going to get enough money from that old dump built a new facility. In fact, to get United to take it, it'll have to be bargain basement price. What other choice do they have? They're never going to be welcome at Balloon Fiesta. As far as space, as long as I keep reading, there's all this land they're hot to trot to get rid of, and there's room for a new stadium. I think it's more important to use that land for. I think it's more important using the land than using the land for another Out and Chicken or another overpriced coffee place. So he says, find another place over there, some of that dirt, maybe south of the baseball stadium or wherever, and put a stadium there. That's what I'm hearing, right? You got or put it down by the freeway. We have all that dirt there and whatever. I mean, there is some dirt around to build on.
Now, if we are moving forward with a new stadium, how would you handle like the Toe Diem in that area? Would that be incorporated? Would that be a part of it if you like knock down University Stadium?
I don't see as much as Garcia might want. First of all, they're not selling University Stadium to United. Okay, no, that's just not United's.
Where's that money coming from?
By United? Yeah. United doesn't need a 30,000 seat stadium. I don't think anybody wants that. I don't think United wants it. I don't think UNM wants it. I think it's a horrible idea. Okay. UNM football is based right there at that footprint is going to be the home of UNM football. If you build a new stadium or knock that one down or redo the stadium, I think it's going to be there. To your point on the Toe Diem and football headquarters, you got to realize your practice bubble is right there, as you said yesterday. Your indoors there, your practice fields are there. You're going to move down the street, and this is where it's going to be. It's either going to be redone or redone in a complete way. This whole United going in there, it's just not. And nor should it, by the way, do I think. All right, 505-246-0610. Let's take this break. Jerry Palm's going to be with us when we get back. Not when we get back. No, Jerry Palm's going to be with us coming up at 8:30, right? Is that when we do Jerry Palm? What am I, new at this whole thing? We'll talk with Jerry from Palm Brackets, get his thoughts on some of the big stuff this weekend, the stories that are going on. I'm really curious to see what he thinks about the future at North Carolina and how long this Belichick thing goes out. We could all sit back in our nice, beautiful, special chairs that we got from Mustang Home Goods and watch the whole thing play out. That's what I do. I got a beautiful, beautiful, comfortable piece of art that is a chair, and you can have one too. It's from Mustang Home Goods. Mike Waring surprised me about a month ago now with this beautiful custom chair. It's got the Isleta New Mexico Bowl logo on three sides, like on the back and on both sides. It has become the talking piece in my office. You can get something like this as well. Go to Mustang Home Goods and book a consultation with Mike. Then look around and see what it is you want. You want something for the living room, the bedroom, the dining room, the office, the patio. What Mike does is create custom furniture for people of all shapes and sizes. But this isn't just furniture. This is usable art, and it is fit to you. You don't have to fit the furniture fits you. He uses adjustable ergonomics. So maybe you have a back issue or a leg issue, and you haven't found that chair that fits. Get with Mike. He'll design this thing personally for you, and you'll have a personal connection with this furniture. You'll be able to tell your story in your home. You'll have something that is beautiful that you are going to be able to love and use. It's insane. Take a look at some of the examples. Go to MustangHomeGoods.com. You'll see why I'm blown away. Not just by the chair that I've got, although I love it and I see it and I use it every day, but by what he is capable of doing. You're then going to want to call Mike and do something special for you. MustangHomeGoods.com is the website. The phone number is 505-418-8070. 505-418-8070. Let Mike help you tell a story in your home. Go to MustangHomeGoods.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.
Time to end preseason polls, Jefferson. That's what Rod said. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the Sports Animal. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. With everyone now almost all mercenaries can you really tell how good a team is going to be by seeing a few guys walking around Vegas in shorts and a T-shirt in July? No. You cannot. But they put on pants and a golf shirt and usually tuck them in. Some guys even wear, like the Lobos had the suits on. So it's not all T-shirts and shorts. I mean, some of these guys come dressed up. They comb their hair and everything. No, I've always told you I think preseason polls are good. Especially like ranking, right? But it's what you do, and it gets people interested, and it's I don't know. How do you do preseason stuff without polls? Like conference polls, like prediction polls. Should you just get rid of those? I don't think you ever will, because there's always going to be a magazine that does it.
Yeah, I think conference stuff should almost happen before conference play starts. I know there's sneaky games that happen early, but when it comes to player expectations, I'm fine with that. Saying this player role should grow. This player did this last year, transferred in from X, Y, and Z. I think those are interesting. I think there's nothing wrong with conversations. I do think people get too beholden to preseason polls to set expectations as opposed to having that mindset of, well, we really don't know what these teams are.
Well, they set their standards up.
Yeah, which I think is wrong. But that's not going to change. If there's a preseason poll, people are then going to judge that.
Yeah. I look at it, and I mean, New Mexico's replaced their entire team. I think the roster's good. You tell me Chris Howell and Kevin Patton and JT Rock and Scholl and I mean and Tomislav Bullion. I like Bullion might be, and I want to look. Would I be ridiculous to say a European guy who played pro basketball who's 20-something years old could be the newcomer of the year? Is that a homer pick? Is that homer on my part?
No.
I mean, it's a crapshoot, right? But I'm looking at like San Diego State to me is a clear front runner, right? Like they've got Miles Bird, Magoon Guath are coming back. They've got what they believe is this incredible recruiting class. Waters coming back. They're good. Utah State, they're not replacing their whole team. Mason Falslove is still there. He was terrific last year, wasn't he?
No, that's a player of the year candidate.
Right? Jared Calhoun is a hell of a coach. Gary Clark is a transfer coming in. I mean, like, Falslove's a player of the year candidate, don't you think? Yeah. How can he not be first team all league preseason? Right? Boise State, I mean, I love Andrew Meadow. He's good. They got transfers. Drew Fiedlers comes in. Dylan Andrews. And then what's Josh Pastner going to do at UCLA? Or at UCLA, UNLV. I look what happened to football. They brought in a new coach, a high-profile coach. It feels like you need less guys in basketball to turn it around than in football, and look what's going on there. And I know it shouldn't relate at all, but Josh Pastner put together a transfer class that's pretty damn good. D-Down Thomas is gone, right? He went to LSU, didn't he? Pretty sure he did. Yeah, but this is going to be tough. I think Steve Alford probably gets things rolling this year. Yes. Not much basketball will be fun this year. And then how do you factor in Grand Canyon? Where do you factor Grand Canyon into this whole thing? Are they top 4, top 5?
I think so.
So they're better than New Mexico?
They return more. But again...
Better than UNLV? Better than Boise State?
I'd say they're ahead of UNLV.
You got New Mexico ahead of UNLV? Boise State? Utah State? Is Utah State number 2 because Falslove's back and they got a bunch of guys back? They retain their coach. There's some continuity there?
I think you could see it be San Diego State, Utah State, and then any combination of that next tier, you could probably do
it. It's tough. I might have bit off more than I could chew. I've got a lot of homework to do this weekend. We got a lot of homework to do. All right, 505-246-0610. What's today? The 9th? So in 16 days, Global Basketball will be on the air in Pullman. for an exhibition game against Washington State on the 25th. That's how close we are. You have the Lobo Howell. They're going. I have put in the request, JJ, to get some of the guys in here, start meeting some of these guys, have them on the show. And, letting Lobo fans get to know who these guys are. Yeah, we're getting really, really close. Meanwhile, you got Lobo football against Boise State, which is a big one this weekend. 505-246-0610 if you want to get into that. On all that. The basketball stuff's open for you as well. After we talk to Jerry Palm, I'm going to give you a little more info and a little more, people talking about the Harper Dunn stuff yesterday, too. The high school basketball player who transferred from Corona to Albuquerque Academy and all of that that's gone with it. So we'll get there as well. We'll get you ready for the NFL tonight. And when we get back, a full week, a big week of college football staring at us in the face. We're going to look back and look forward. Jerry Palm runs palmbrackets.com. Great website for you to go take a look at. He's got his stuff for this week up. He's also got his bowl projections up. Jerry Palm joins us next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you.
Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Pre-game 7:30 kickoff over on News Radio KKOB. Robert Portnoy, Dontrell Moore will have the call from Boise, Idaho. Lobos coming off their loss to San Jose. Boise State sandwiched between their loss at Notre Dame last week and their big one with UNLV next week. Aggies are off this week. Next week it is a midweek game, I believe next Tuesday if I'm not wrong, at Liberty. Liberty was a winner last night at UTEP. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. We get to catch up with our good friend Jerry Palm, who runs Palm Brackets, his new website, which you should check out. Good morning, Jerry Palm. How you living?
I'm all right. How are you?
All right. Just to kind of turn the corner into October, getting closer and closer to a bowl season and watching this whole season take form. And I guess after 5-6 weeks, right, you start to get an idea. I think we're guessing week 1, week 2, maybe even week 3.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, but even when you think
and there's certainly evidence to support that.
Well, 100%.
Where's Texas? Where's Clemson?
Okay, but even when you think you know, you don't know because Penn State UCLA blew everything out of the water last week. Explain that.
That's the upset probably of my lifetime as a college sports fan.
Really?
So that's 40 years.
That's bigger than App State beating Michigan when App State was FCS.
Yeah, when App State was still FCS. Yes, yeah. It's that level of shocking, really. Even though UCLA is, a conference team, a Big Ten team, they've been miserable. They had really been bad. App State, Michigan is certainly on that list. But yeah, so that's just a stunning result, and it. I didn't write this particular sentence, but it makes me think that Oregon beat Penn State twice.
Oh wow.
They beat them, and then they didn't get their heads ready. It's like that happened to us again. Lost to another top 10 team, and had them probably won, and then just then they go out to L.A. and to face a team they probably didn't take seriously.
Why should they? They were horrible. UCLA was horrible. New Mexico beat them 35-10. Northwestern beat them. UNLV beat them. Like they were horrible. And then all of a sudden, Nico Iamaleava looks like the guy that they were supposed to get. You got Neuheisel's kid being carried off the field. Like the whole story. I don't know where you were. I'm flipping around. There's way
at Purdue.
Okay, so
most of the day, so I didn't see any of the game.
Well, I'm watching way better games until that became the best game on my of my options. Like there were all these other games on, and as I started seeing the score, I saw it at halftime. I'm like, what the hell? And I was hooked, just hooked. It was addicting watching the end of that. And you're way closer to this. So what's the talk on James Franklin?
Oh well, I mean, he loses to another top 10 team. It's like, well, that's. We beat everybody else at least. Well, now they didn't.
Yes.
This is easily the worst loss of his tenure at Penn State. It's not even close. It might be the worst loss he ever has as a coach. It's, there's going to be – we're going to have to see where this team goes from here. But the playoffs now, without winning at Ohio State, is out of reach. And for a team that had such high aspirations just 10 days ago, it's pretty disappointing. So this season is it's hard to fire a coach that always wins at least 9 games, right?
Is it?
But, not in this day and
Well,
age.
JJ and I were talking about this the other day. Okay, and this is in the last segment. Somebody said, "Why do we have preseason polls?" The 3 teams that I heard the most noise about winning
People like to
championship.
talk about it.
Well, it was Texas, Clemson, and Ohio State was in it. Texas, Clemson, Ohio State, and Penn State were the teams that were getting all the love, and we all don't know a damn thing, obviously.
Well, Ohio State's good.
Yeah, okay.
None of those other teams have shown any. Well, Penn State was good until
they were
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And actually, they were good against Oregon. I mean, that was not a poor performance by Penn State. It's just, Oregon was the better team that day. But, there's no excusing UCLA. That's in front of basically your own fans, because UCLA doesn't have any. He showed a picture of the UCLA fans storming the field, and everybody's got, double arm length distance between themselves on that field because there just aren't any UCLA fans.
It was social
They
distancing.
go to those games.
Yeah, social distancing still a thing at the Rose Bowl. Jerry Palm from Palm practices with us on these Sports Animal.
Well, Jerry, keeping it in the Big Ten, Indiana at Oregon, a 7-3 matchup. What do you make of that contest this weekend?
Yeah, that should be fun. Both of those teams can score. Now, you didn't see it in the Oregon-Penn State game because Oregon also happens to be a really good defensive team, and so is Penn State. So that's just the kind of game that was. Illinois went into Indiana and lost 63-10. Indiana's probably going to have to play at that level if they're going to win at Oregon. I like Oregon at home. The 3 time zone road trip thing is definitely a thing. It's not 100%, but teams do not perform as well making that road trip, and either direction. It's and that's a really difficult environment to play in against an outstanding team. So I like Oregon. I don't know what the spread is, but I think Oregon should win, I think, comfortably. And by the way, Oregon a very good defensive team. It doesn't get talked about much because they're so well known for their offense. But they're a very good defensive team, too.
2 teams that have a quarterback question for different reasons. Oklahoma, Texas, the rivalry. What do you got in that game?
Yeah, somebody said to me this week that Mateer may play.
Yeah, we're seeing that. Yeah.
I mean, if he plays, then you got to like Oklahoma. If he doesn't, then it'll be what Arch Manning do we get? And really, we're getting more of the guy who struggles than the guy who's good. But we've seen the guy who's good. We just need to see it in a game like that. And I don't know. I don't know if he's playing with confidence right now. It doesn't seem like it. So I don't know. I guess I like Oklahoma, but if Mateer plays, I definitely like Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But I thought that he had surgery.
He did.
Even 2 weeks
on
ago?
the 25th of September. Yeah.
And he said he's ready. On the throwing hand, right?
Was it a throwing hand, JJ?
Throwing hand?
I'll check it. But it was the 20. It was hand surgery. He didn't tell me what hand on the 24th. But he's coming back. All right, I just got a text from Ann Arbor, Michigan, from my daughter. Listening today, you and Jerry are funny. So for her, big win for Michigan last week against Wisconsin. Yeah. Now they get a 3 time zone trip to SC.
USC.
Yeah, and SC needs it. Well, but so does Michigan.
Yeah. I like SC at home. If this game were in Ann Arbor, I'd probably feel differently. But I think SC at home, again, that's a long way to go to play football. And what time is that game?
It's
What's the game time?
It's 5:30 our time, so 7:30.
So it is an afternoon game. So it's because sometimes those West Coast teams, they'll get and they don't have any control over when games are scheduled because TV decides all that.
But you play those 8 o'clock games, which is 10 o'clock body time, and it gets you. It's a 7:30 Eastern time, 4:30 out west.
Yeah, so that's the time isn't a factor then because you get that a noon game, Michigan time. Everybody's getting up at 9 a.m. Your body clock is a mess. But but I like Bryce Underwood road game. He's doing okay. His first road game with Oklahoma, they lost that one. I think they're going to lose again this one. But this figures to be those are 2 similar teams in quality. I think they're equal teams, but in this case, I like USC.
All right. If Michigan wins, I'm giving Addie your number so she can talk junk to you. She can send you a text.
It's fine. Why should she be any different?
That's right. Jerry Palm's with us from Palm Bracket.
Well, Jared, feels like every week I ask you about a different Big 12 team. I think of BYU and where they're at on the road at Arizona, but one of the teams that's 2-0 amongst that group in Big 12 play so far.
Yeah, that's we talk about this conference every week because it's so much fun to watch this conference race. It's just going to go all the way to the end. Still, 4 or 5 teams that could win it. There's 4 teams that haven't lost yet, but they're only 2 or 3 games in. Another 5 with 1 loss, and one of those is Arizona. I don't think Arizona can win the league. I think just about everybody else has got a shot to win the league out of that group. So, it's going to be how games like this go. Now, this is Arizona. BYU's got to beat Arizona, I believe. That's a game you've got to win. Arizona is good, but I don't think they're win the conference good. But a lot of these other teams can be, and BYU is certainly one of those.
My eyes tell me Miami's the best team in America. Ohio State, Oregon. I'm going to throw Texas Tech in there because I think they're terrific. And then, am I ridiculous if I think Alabama might be in the mix at the end after they lose the opener, but they look really, really
great
nice to me. Yeah.
Since then, haven't they?
Yeah.
They kind of fooled everybody in that game, and you think, well, now maybe Kalen DeBoer is going to spend the whole season on the hot seat, but then they go into Georgia and win, and boy, that cures a lot of ills, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I like this Alabama team, and they're on the road at, I believe, Mizzou this week, and this will be. Last week was a find-out game for Vanderbilt. Right? Vanderbilt was 5-0, hadn't really beaten anybody. They'd gotten up into the 17 or so in the rankings, and it's like, all right, well, we'll see now what Vanderbilt is. Well, Mizzou is kind of the same way. They're 5-0. Their best win is South Carolina at home. They haven't played on the road at all. And this is also at Mizzou. But Alabama, if Alabama can go into Georgia and win, they can certainly go into Mizzou and win. So I like Alabama. I've actually got Alabama projected now to win the league, which I did not have at the beginning of the season. But the Florida State game kind of reinforced that thought of me. But then once they go into Georgia and win, everything changes.
Yeah, Miami looks so good to me.
Yes,
I'm going to tell you the other one, man. And I watched Texas Tech, and because they've always been able to score, the money that they put on the defensive side, I think defensively makes a difference. I give Tech a chance.
Oh yeah, certainly. And they're probably the favorite at this point because they'll get BYU at home. They'll play at Kansas State, but I don't know that they're a factor. Arizona State is the one team that they've got left on their schedule with BYU that I consider a threat to win the league, but otherwise they've got bottom feeders. So the schedule favors them. They get BYU at home. They have to go to Arizona State, which is not this week. This week is Kansas, so next week is at Arizona State. That's a big game. They could have a lot to say in the conference race, and if Tech wins that one, they may cruise to this conference title,
Lubbock's
to the conference title game.
Lubbock's going to be off the hook November 8th. The Chiefs are on their bye, and so Patrick Mahomes, Texas Tech, and Andy Reid, BYU, evidently are flying in on the private Air Chiefs plane, and they're going to have a big – I don't know if Taylor Swift's coming or not, but we'll see. Lastly, it makes sense what's going on in Carolina. How does this whole thing end, or does it end soon with Belichick? Does he turn it around? Because every day it gets messier and messier.
You would, if you were really negative about Bill Belichick coming in to coach college football, you would not have been this negative. I mean, this is just unbelievably a disaster. They're like the worst team in that league. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see if they don't play Boston College, so we won't get to see that game. But, yeah, they've been just terrible, and he doesn't have answers. I assume it's not a talent problem, but there must be a talent problem at some level.
I hope so.
I don't know what's going on there. Of course, he's got his girlfriend, got her hands in everything, and I haven't heard her name mentioned in a while. But it's, I think about North Carolina. Purdue's current quarterback, Ryan Brown, was a starter for the last half of last year, transferred to North Carolina in the first transfer window, and then transferred back to Purdue. I don't know if that necessarily. That's not necessarily a reflection on Belichick. He may just thought he couldn't win the starting job, but anyway, I just thought that was weird.
Yeah.
But that whole situation is weird, and even if you thought this was going to go badly, you probably would not have thought it would go this badly, where they're like the worst team in the league, either ever Boston College.
Yeah, no, it's a mess. All right, read. Get over to his website. It's palmbrackets.com. There's so much cool info on there. You got bowl projections of who I saw the other day who you had in our game. I forgot. But read them. It's updated. It's great stuff. It's great info. And then we'll catch up with you next Thursday. Always appreciate the conversation.
All right, thanks.
He is Jerry Palm. I think that's the best way to put it. If you were super negative on Bill Belichick going to college football, if you were super negative on it, you wouldn't have seen it going this bad. It's the best way for her to put it. All right, if Michigan wins, I'm giving Addie.
Watch out.
Watch out. Addie and him had lunch in northern Indiana on our way to Michigan the first time. And so she gets to talk junk. He's like, well, what was he doing? What did he say? Why should she be any different than everybody else? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks. Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, With 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Costume party. You can score king-size specials all week and block your calendar for a sweet treat when the Twin Peaks girls serve you their most scandalous costumes. And if you're out late night, why wait for the weekend? They're serving scratch food and pouring quality cocktails every day after dark. Go by Twin Peaks, experience the best late night in the league today, tomorrow, any other day of the week. And if you're looking for a job where you can have a ton of fun and make good money, Twin Peaks is the team for you. They're looking for Twin Peaks girls, cooks, bussers, barbacks. Text Work for TP. Work for TP to 85000. That's Work for TP to 85,000, and you can apply. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Addie said that if SC wins, then Jerry can call her or text her and talk bleep. I guess everybody's running it at Jerry. It'd be good for him every once in a while to be able to run it back, right? For Jerry Palm.
It's always nice when you can clap back.
I mean, you know what it's like. Everybody's always clapping at us. So on the clap back stuff, on the clap, I got one from where the hell is my text? Mud says, Hefe, please don't be mad at Mud. It's all just bleeps and giggles. All Mud says his shtick is just all bleeps and giggles. It's all just shtick.
It's very convenient.
Appreciate it. Mud's been coming at us hard. I mean, look, I'm still standing.
No, you can come at someone, but then don't go at someone and be like, I'm just kidding. No, you're being a
cool.
Delta Bravo.
Whatever.
Just be it.
Just own it. Yeah. Who you are.
You can't hit someone with a baseball bat. Like, I'm just kidding.
Omar's in on the Cowboys. Get Charlie Pride ready, Jeff. Starting next week when Washington comes to Texas Stadium, Omar's back on the Dallas Cowboy bandwagon. When I see Coach Jones flipping off Jets fan, how many guys half his age are willing to fight for their team like that? Something Omar wants to be part of. Jerry got fined for when he meant to. Remember the other day he tried to explain he meant to give the thumbs up signal and instead his middle finger came up instead of his thumb.
Things just don't process.
Remember when that happened? So he got fined by what did he get? $200,000, $250,000? What was the fine? I was looking for that earlier. $200,000 because owners can't be. I get it, man. Is anybody really offended? Like if someone flips you, I got flipped off in the break room a couple weeks ago. You're looking at me like, what? It was really weird. I'm not gonna tell you who. Somebody, I mean, I got
me off there.
It was a random like conversation, and I'm like, wow, am I supposed to be offended? Like it doesn't bother me, but it was weird. I don't know.
Code of conduct.
I'm not calling HR. But yeah, Jerry got fined. All right, Lamar's status. When we get back, it is 2 idiots, too many teams. You got fantasy football stuff? You got a question? You got something you want to talk through? You got a situation? How are you going to replace Lamar this week? Should you play Joe Flacco? What do you do with Bill? It's the opening drive. We'll answer some of that. At least, give you our opinions. On 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
What up, Thursday? It is time to set your lineup. You got games tonight. Well, game, singular. Eagles and Giants start off your NFL season. That means your fantasy lineups are due. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. We appreciate you finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Thanks for remembering you listened to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. You got baseball tonight. You get the Cubs and Brewers, and you get the Dodgers and Phillies tonight. Dodgers and Brewers trying to close out series. Yankees are done. Blue Jays finished them off yesterday, and then the Mariners and the Tigers will go back tomorrow. What's that? 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanalytic.com. All right, JJ. Two dudes, or it's two idiots, isn't that what it is? Two idiots, too many teams. Got fantasy football stuff. What's your biggest issue this week? It's injuries. It's watching the Pearsalls and the Purdy's and the Kylers.
It's always keeping an eye on the cues on your roster, but it's a realization at this point in the season, if you're bad, then think about making a trade. Depending on your league structure, if it's a keeper league, things along those lines, look ahead to next season, be active, still play, because most of these leagues absolutely matter. Even if you're in last place, we need you to still do your job to keep the league competitive.
Yeah.
So this is one where, based on your structure, take a look ahead, maybe make some moves for keepers.
Don't finish last, so you don't have to wear the 2-2 or do whatever your thing is.
There are penalties in a lot of leagues.
Yeah.
So definitely keep trying. You need it for your league. But also, we know if there's collusion and bad deals. Don't be that guy, but at least keep your head up across the finish line. And with that, just real quick, I want to add the challenges. I heard a stat yesterday. So of the top 48 picks in fantasy drafts in average, 14 have missed games or have been placed on the IR. So you're dealing with a lot of challenges with your high draft.
Well, everybody is. Right, in that guillotine league that I did, I took C.D. Lamb first, and he never played for me. Now I'm out. Are you buying into Bill? Is he an every week play now? Corey Krosky-Merritt?
Because of that rushing offense, he's just under, he was at 49% of the snaps last week. He is their best traditional running back. They're going to be efficient. The threat of run with Jaden Daniels is going to continue to open things up for Corey Krosky-Merritt. He's effective. He is an every week starter, especially in a plus matchup against the Bears on Monday night.
All right. Bears running back DeAndre Swift, Steelers running back Jaylen Warren, or Alvin Kamara opposite Bill in my backfield. Everybody's pointing me toward. Every chart I see points me prohibitively towards DeAndre Swift. Do I need to go make a trade? Nobody's giving up running backs, dude. Nobody's giving up running backs.
The Jaylen Warren one is, if he plays, is he going to be viable pass?
Because Gainwell played so well in his absence.
No, it's because they're playing Cleveland.
Yeah, it's hard to
That's
play
the
anybody.
second best rush defense in the NFL right now.
Wait, the Steelers are playing Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, so it's Swift against Washington. Play both running backs on Monday.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a positive scoring environment.
Because I'm not playing Kamara. I'm over the Kamara thing.
Yeah, he's not involved in the passing game, and which is really
and he's on the
weird.
injury list.
And you look at the rushing splits last week for Kamara and
Kendrick
Miller, they're getting closer to 50-50.
Yeah. All right, what are you doing with your Cardinals, man? Is Carter the running back? With Kyler now, he's coming up with an injury. This one's a little bit of a mystery.
Kyler Murray is one you have to have a backup quarterback available, ready to go for this weekend. And Michael Carter, if he's an RB2 or a flex play this week, just based on sheer volume. Like, you think Mercado is getting on the field anytime soon? And even
he was on
even
the field
last week,
after
he was only on the field for 27% of the snaps. So that was a 59% share of the carries for Michael Carter, who did see some targets. He had 5 targets plus 18 carries. Like, Michael Carter, even at 6.5-point dog, like, that's volume you're looking for to put in.
See, this is the time of year where you make a pickup that can win you a league. If you can find that guy who's going to be like let's just say Cam Scatterbu's that guy, and he was already on a roster. But if you can find that running back that is going to win a job and become a dude, like let's say one of these Charger guys, with Hampton out now, and somebody steps up for the Chargers, or you find a receiver, wherever. Like I always think it's a running back, because it always tends to be a running back that comes out of nowhere because of an injury. But if you find that guy, and I think it's a lot of hit and miss, just take your chances. That's what I do. Like try a week, man. Find a roster spot and try a dude, and look 2 weeks out. But look 2 weeks out and see what you can find, because this is the kind you can find by week 14, 15, 16. There's some dude who's scoring 2-3 touchdowns, getting 120 yards, that wasn't on anybody's radar in week 1.
There are a couple of those guys, but I will say have a shorter term approach to it, because a lot of the guys we're talking about are not going to be there. But what can those guys do? They can win you a week, and that's what matters. Now what's going to happen, because I've gotten caught up in doing that way too many times. I'm looking at my roster. I think I got a really good fantasy team, so I'm like, all right, let me set myself up for the playoff stretch and what these final 3 weeks are going to be. Don't get them. So think about winning the week. And a great example to what you just said was Rico Dowdle. He single-handedly won games with these boys.
All right, so what do you make of
Put
Chuba
him
Hubbard
into
now?
the
Is he going to steal it? Is that a 1 week thing, or the Chuba Hubbard comes back, and what do you make?
I make that Chuba Hubbard, when healthy, slides back into the RB1. But Chuba Hubbard not practicing yesterday means that Rico Dowdle is right back locked in as a running back.
Because that's always one of these things, right? Like let's go back to the Steelers. Jaylen Warren's probably their main guy. He was out in their most recent game in Europe, and Gainwell scores 2 touchdowns. So how do you take Gainwell out of the lineup, right? How do you take Dowdle out of the lineup when he performed like that?
No, I think the realization is Kenneth Gainwell and Jaylen Warren are not RB1. like combined, they're guys that are going to play. But Jalen Warren's been a third down back, good on 18 carries his entire career, and maybe they scale that back a little bit and just continue working Kenneth Gainwell, and you're looking at one of those 60-40 splits in the back.
All right. A lot of people took Jamar Chase with their first pick. They've had to suffer through what they suffered. Joe Flacco's there. Does this save you? Him? T. Higgins, for that matter? Or, yeah, sorry.
Well, Jamar Chase, you keep playing him. Like, that's when you eat it. And you got the pop last week. Continued someone that you can't bench regardless. Like, the person that's been hurt the most in this is Higgins. But, you know, Jamar Chase has two. Now, it's not what you drafted for, I understand that. But he has 2 weeks where he helped win you that game. 37 points against Jacksonville, 32 against Detroit, and PPR scoring. What I'm intrigued is, does this get any bump for T. Higgins? Do people invested probably a third or fourth round pick, if not more, in him? Looking at that pass.
You've given it a couple of weeks. They're playing the Packers this week, and Flacco just
fantasy
walked in the door. Well, I mean, if it doesn't work this week, are you giving up on it? I get it. You can't. You got to win the week, right? Every week's so important.
Maybe, yeah. Are you starting players over Higgins in that regard? Yeah, I think
this week,
wide receiver. There's options out there. Like I will say, a player I'm looking at, in a flex and potential boom spot is Fred Franklin against the Jets. There's been a good track record of the wide receiver opposite whoever Sauce Gardner is covering. Has a good week against the Jets defense. Guys in that category. I might be going back to the well of Calvin Ridley.
Really? I was offered Ridley this. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm not eating that. I bit last year. I got burned. Everybody bit this year. It hadn't worked. You're going back to that?
Against Las Vegas. Vegas good against the run, bad against the pass. Could be a situation where I'm expecting them to play catch up. Had a season high 10 targets. Is that something? At least there's a little momentum where Ward leans in to Ridley and back.
All right. One of the surprises has been Quentin Johnson of the Chargers. He's been spectacular. Pedestrian week last week, hamstring injury this week. They play Miami on the road. I'm looking at him. We've got Nakua's in the lineup, so it's him. I'm going to play Xavier Worthy again. Do I play Tyler Warren in that flex spot, or do I play Quentin Johnson? And I got Ricky Pearsall if he's healthy.
Tyler Warren.
Really? Tyler Warren's nice. Quentin Johnson could go off.
If Quentin Johnson is cleared and healthy, then
it's a tough
big
one, right?
play potential.
And he's been a Herbert favorite when Herbert's good. Herbert's got to get right this week. I mean, I think this is a big week for the Chargers.
They're not going to have much of a run game.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to throw the ball, right? I mean, are they going to rely on these young running backs who are completely unproven? Now, look, you may have one of these guys. Vidal may go for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns, right? I mean, it's set up for one of those weird weeks like that. Quentin Johnson's one. If he's hurt, it makes my decision.
Oh yeah, but Tyler Warren, man, he's
been great.
The third highest scoring tight end.
Yeah.
On the season, target wise, and the 4th most target. Locked into that offense, they're home favorites. He's the number 2 option. Like Michael Pittman's been good, but Daniel Jones over in the middle of Tyler Warren, not going anywhere.
Yeah. All right, we'll do this every week. If you got stuff, maybe it helps you a little bit. Maybe I mean, everybody's always asking who should I play. So we'll do this in that slot every Thursday at 9 o'clock. If you want to get in on it, you're welcome to. It's 2 idiots, too many teams, because we're 2 idiots with too many fantasy football teams, and talking through it always helps a little bit. When we get back, I got some thoughts on yesterday's conversation regarding Harper Dunn, the basketball player who's enrolled at Albuquerque Academy, who put out on her social media that she's going to be able to play after transfer from Corona. I got some thoughts on it. I had a lot of conversations afterwards, people calling me, people tell me I know the situation, all kinds of stuff. So I want to open that a little bit. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Center.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.
All right, here's a chance to win $1,000, $5K a day here on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Take this national keyword. It is RICH, R-I-C-H. Text the national keyword RICH right now to 95819. That's 95819. We'll text you back, confirm your entry. Data and messaging rates do apply. Please don't text and drive. All right, JJ, we had a long conversation yesterday about the Harper Dunn situation. She's the young lady who is a highly touted, highly recruited girls basketball player. Going into her junior season, she is enrolled at Albuquerque Academy after transferring from Corona, small rural school. Corona, we were told, is not going to field a team this year, and that is why the NMAA agreed to grant this. Now, I heard all these things about private schools versus public schools, and if she would have gone. So, from what I understand, she was living with her grandparents in Corona. Her dad and stepmom live up in Albuquerque, so she moved to Albuquerque. She's got obviously way more exposure in Albuquerque than she did in Corona. She's got 30 offers already. She's playing club level. She's going to the Adidas All-America camp. Like this is a legitimate, big-time high school athlete. I've listened to the accusations that are just accusations that have come with zero backing. That, well, this is about recruiting and this is about her. There's been no assertion that has had any backing, that had any fact behind it, or an allegation that Albuquerque Academy recruited her. If she's going to go to Duke, let's just say she goes to Duke. Don't you think she'll be more? I just threw that out because that's one of the offers. But any academic institution, JJ, don't you think she'll be much more prepared for the rigors, the academic rigors, at one of these higher institutions of, like a rigorous school like that? If she goes to Academy than Corona, and this is nothing against Corona, but Academy is recognized as one of the best college prep schools in the world. Can we look at it from that side for a quick second?
Yes.
I mean, that's fair, right? All right, I got this. I'm not going to tell you who it's from, but it's from somebody that I know is in the know. It said, Harper applied to Albuquerque Academy all on her own for academics. Zero recruiting. The opportunities the Academy has had to recruit would be off the charts because of what we offer kids, but we have never done it. We grow our own talent and have been very fortunate with people like Bregman, Nota Begay, etc. 99% of our kids start in 6th grade. There's no way to know how they're going to turn out at age 11. We would never buy. No, that's something else. And then he talked about Mike Brown, the allegation against Mike Brown, the former Academy coach. He said Mike Brown was first class. We had one transfer during his 6P, who was at Sandia Prep and sat out a year. Everyone else started in 6th grade. Great families, really good kids, and great coaching make that happen. The majority of the kids at the Academy start in 6th grade and go up. Not everybody. Obviously, there's kids that go in there. I was told there was a conversation with the Attorney General. I heard that yesterday the Attorney General got involved. That in the NMAA. I still don't know the answer as to why Corona shut down their program. I don't know if there was pressure on the girls there. I heard there was about 6 girls that were coming back. Now, is that enough to field a basketball team? Yeah, you can run out there with 6 girls. One gets sick, one fouls out, you can't play a game. But all the crap I've been listening to about this family and this young lady, I think the majority of where I've heard it going is, man, she's a high school girl, a high school kid. Let her go to school where she wants to go. Let her play where she wants to play. And I do believe that's where the majority of this is going. And JJ, what I learned a lot more, and not learned, I think it was more amplified, is what we've talked about. So many of the NMAA rules are antiquated. And I don't even want to get mad. I think Dusty Young and everybody over at NMAA does a great job. I think what they put on terrific tournaments. But I think sometimes they're handcuffed by the rules, by their bylaws, what their rules state they can do. And the more I learned about this yesterday, the rules dictated the mess that we had with Harper Dunn, where common sense doesn't get to play in it, where you've got a lot of the smaller communities who have a gigantic and probably disproportionate
say in what goes on at MMA. And I don't know how you do this. I don't know if there's an appetite for it, but I think probably a lot of the MMA rules need to be overhauled.
You understand why they have rules in place.
Sure.
I think it is not okay to hold someone back just because your team, well, without Billie Jean Bob, will lose 40-0 instead of 40-10. I think there's a lot of that going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's not these superstar mega teams running around where all these kids are just going to one school and dominating. There's always going to be districts or neighborhoods that have advantages, and some of it too is, well, it's not fair if you don't have the ability to move, which I understand, but that shouldn't hold someone back if they do, and if they are that talented, because you know what, that absolutely matters. This isn't a case of, man, if you're good enough, they'll find you. No, you're going to get lost in some of these places. It's a reality of it. I was watching some clips of an interview that Troy Krosky-Merritt was doing, and they're like, man, if they're scoring touchdowns in the NFL, like, what happened? He's like, no one knew who I was in high school. And he played at a small high school, didn't get the offers, and he was able to climb the ladder.
That kid worked
he got
his ass
there.
off.
You know, Alabama State, University of New Mexico, and it was still on the radar enough to where Washington got him. But that ladder is even harder if we're talking about coming from small city, and you name your state, and then climbing that ladder to Division I. And whether it's Harper Dunn or another player that says, you know what, it's going to be better for me to be seen on this scale, even with club teams.
No, but Harper had the advantage that her club team got her seen.
Yeah, but even with club teams, you just take a step back overall. If there's an advantage for a high school athlete to have more opportunities in any sport, that there's not AAU golf tournaments or something all the time, but to get on a bigger stage, we shouldn't hold them back just because, well, it's not fair to Joe over here who's only going to be a high school athlete.
So, a couple of things. I heard some ridiculous things yesterday. You know, one of them was, well, she could still play, Jeff. She could play JV. Okay. Tell me who that's fair to. So, they play in a district with what, like Bernalillo and Moriarty or what? So it's fair to the JV girls playing at Bernalillo that they're going to go up against a girls playing at Duke or Florida State or something in 2 years, and so they're going to get beat 96-12. That's fair to the JV girls at against who she's. Come on. Not only is it not fair to her, but somehow that's beneficial for the girls against whom she'll play. Come on. I heard. Well, what if they recruit and, well, they're not, but what if they do? Let me ask you this. Would it be the worst thing in the world if there was like a couple of schools in the state that were powers in football or powers in basketball on an annual basis, and that's where the best one to go play? And I go back to, back in the day when DeMatha High School in Maryland was that powerhouse in basketball, or, pick your California or Texas or Florida school that is the powerhouse in football. Would that be horrible? I understand it's not fairness for all, and it's not, you got to stay in your district and you can't go. But what if there was, a program that had the best coaching and the best facilities, and that's where kids want to play? Would that be horrible?
Again, I think it comes down to if everyone can have that opportunity, if it's something you can manage, you should be able to do.
I guess Yotis is working on a story that's going to come out here later this week about this whole thing, and I've heard a bunch of it yesterday, and it might be above the fold front of the Journal story that who got involved, what got involved with this, and again, I'm not mad necessarily at the NMA. I think Dusty does a really good job and is in a tough spot with this. What I do believe is that each case should be a case by case. And it sounds like they heard an appeal on this and that Harper spoke at her appeal and they were still going to turn her down if Corona. The loophole here was Corona didn't have a program. And so the place where she played didn't offer the opportunity to play, so she's allowed to play in that academy. And it just bothers me so much that we've got, And you're going to tell me why should she be treated differently? You know what? Sometimes Bill Parcells said it all the time. You don't treat all your athletes the same. Well, you do in high school at the NMA. All right. New Mexico, in some respects, would have deserved to lose her to Texas or California. If she says, you know what, bleep this. I'm going to go move and finish out so I can go do what's best for me and give myself the best opportunity to succeed. We would have deserved it because of our antiquated rules.
I'm with you. And I do hope that for as much people that were saying, oh, no, these are the rules, this is the way it needs to be, I hope they have that same energy to figure out if those girls in Corona want to play basketball, they can figure out something somehow to give them that opportunity.
I want to know that part of the story, and I don't know that part. I've heard a few things, but I haven't been able to verify them, so I'm not going to put out what I heard. I from what I understand, though, there's I guess 6 girls left that could or would or wanted to play. You know, is there a place for them? Is there an opportunity? You know, and if you're going to sit here and tell me, oh, she left those girls behind, look, man. She carried him to the state tournament last year, didn't she? She carried him to the pit. Great opportunity. At some point, you know, if it was your kid, what would you do? Would you say stay with your parent or your grandparents in Corona and beat up on Class 1A or 2A competition? Or would you come and be seen and give yourself the best opportunity for an education and a scholarship?
You want to be the next Arch Manning?
Well, that's all. But, I mean, by every indication, I've seen her play once. She's a special student now. Or a special athlete. And I think she's a really bright kid from what I hear. And she got into the academy and let her thrive. We'll see. Gopher says, no problem with small schools protecting their own interests, Jeffy. I don't blame them for not wanting to become feeder programs for mega buck big city high. I get that. And I don't, is that, I go back to this, has that been an epidemic?
Well, and they'll say no because the rules have been in place. But the reality is there's not that many athletes that can do this. Like, there's a lot of good high school players in this state. But just being the best player at school X doesn't mean everyone's going to immediately transfer to Cleveland and Las Cruces.
Right. So if Corona, I mean, if Eunice gets a really good football player, are they going to go transfer to La Cueva? If there's a really, really good player in Wagon Mountain.
And what if he did?
Okay. No, if it was better for the student athlete? What if it was? You know? I mean, her parents, you know, I just got this text. Her parents live here. She needs to play here. Like I don't know what the opportunity is for her to play at University of New Mexico. Wouldn't that be great, though? If she played at UNM? But this is the population center of this state. This is where she's going to get the most run. I guess there's a Robertson athlete who transferred to San Diego. But does it happen? I mean, is there an epidemic of this? One or two speckled things here. And I don't know, why did the kid from Robertson in Las Vegas transfer to Albuquerque? Why? But not everybody's got the means to do that. All right. I'm off my soapbox. 505-246-0610. Look, I get this is a big deal to a lot of people, and I appreciate that it is. I'm glad it is. I know what high school sports mean to people in the state, and it should. But it comes to me, it comes down to for whom are we doing this? Are we doing it for the Allsups and Eunice, or I guess the kid from Robertson? Their parents moved. Okay, so he moved. The family moved from Las Vegas to Albuquerque. So yeah, the kid transferred. Are we doing it for the Allsups and Eunice and in Corona and the Dairy Queen? Or are we doing it for the student athlete? For whom are we doing this? Whose interests are we looking out for? And it should be the best of the student athletes. And on all of them. I agree with you with all of them. And there should be competitive fairness and all of that. But you get a special athlete, and then you're going to say, nope, you either have to stay down there and play at that level, or you can't play. Or play JV and go beat up on way inferior competition. Because that makes sense for everyone, sure. All right, if you've been a victim of a home or business break-in, you know way too well it takes too long for police to respond, just because they don't have enough officers to cover all the calls. But when it's you, when it's your home, when it's your business, you need a quicker response. How about 7 minutes or less? That is the typical response time for customers of International Protective Service. IPS has officers strategically placed all over Albuquerque, now in Santa Fe. They react quickly. IPS provides standing guards if you want eyes on your property around the clock. They'll install alarms, camera systems, state-of-the-art facility monitors those cameras 24/7. It all raises the level of security around your home and your business. I've trusted IPS for years. They come by my house every day. They give my family, my neighbors, a peace of mind. When I travel, they pick up packages that are left on the porch. Garbage cans go to the curb and back on garbage day. They keep the bad guys away. I've trusted IPS for years. You see them in your neighborhood, you see them in your stores. Why? Because they keep the bad guys away. Who's watching your home when you're not there? Make sure it's the good guys. Call IPS, talk to them about what they can do for you. 505-897-2420 is the number. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. IPS is passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
$1,000 is a pretty...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
He's moved into the El Dorado district so that their daughter could be coached by Don Flanagan. I think Flanagan lost like 9 games in his 11-year career or something ridiculous when he was at El Dorado. I don't know that I got a problem with that. But I know many of you do, especially people in smaller towns. Let's go. Grady, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Thought you might chime in on this. How you living?
You know, I'm doing all right. What's going on around there?
Grooving. You all right? How do you feel about this?
Yeah. You know, I think I'm mostly in agreement with you. With Harper in particular, I think it was a problem that she wasn't able to be eligible, and I'm glad that she is, whether it was via loophole or whatever. I'm glad she is, because she shouldn't be held back. But I will say this. Only like 7% of high school athletes nationwide play at the next level, at any level, NAIA through D1. So to your question of for who are we doing this for? And I think that high school athletics as a whole, it's not about producing kids to go to the next level. It's not about producing pros.
Right.
It's about teaching kids, teamwork, discipline, goal setting, all those things that happen in high school sports. And, of course, winning and losing and all those things, that's the big lesson. So changing the rules and manipulating things just to, to get kids exposure or whatever, I think is wrong. And I'm not saying that's what you're saying in this case. But the NMAA, I think, overall does a good job. So, and I can tell you as, a parent of a high school athlete and still involved with these small schools, these rural schools, I think that, the rural schools a lot of times do get the short end of a lot of things, because you're right, Albuquerque is the media hub, the population hub of the state. And, for, I don't know, however many years I've been talking about Pecos and all this and that, but, if it wasn't me, who would be doing that?
Me.
And there are tons of other smaller communities where those kids, regardless of class, regardless of ability, you're in high school sports, you deserve to hear your name called. You deserve to be a part of the traditions of the state. I have a problem with some of the smaller schools getting shut out of the pit during the basketball tournament, except for the championship games. I mean, why? And you'll tell me, well, it's not the best basketball. Well, again.
No, I won't tell you that. It's a schedule. It's a schedule thing, but that sucks. Hey, let me ask you this. Do you feel there's a recruiting epidemic? Do you think, like, the best players at rural schools are getting plucked by what people are telling me? Oh, the big city schools are coming in and they're recruiting these kids and they're plucking all these athletes. Like, I heard nothing about anybody recruiting Harper Dunn.
Right. I don't think it's an epidemic. Truthfully, I think it probably happens a little more than what we think, but even so, you're really only talking about, let's say, 10% of the athletes statewide. You're not talking about a huge amount. And let me tell you that the kid that went from Robertson to Sandia as a San Miguel County resident and as, a local school board member who sees a lot of these trends, San Miguel County as a whole population is leaving. And probably 99% of the kids that move because their parents are moving for a better opportunity. Period. That's probably the vast majority. And the one or two where they're trying to stack a super team, well, then, okay, I agree. I address it on a case-by-case basis, but I don't think that the rural schools, quite frankly, get as much love, get as much credit, and get as much opportunity as they deserve, because, again, who are we doing this for? We're not doing this for the fans that want to see, quote-unquote, the best. We're doing it for the high school athletes, and a kid from Pecos and a kid from Corona and a kid from Albuquerque Academy, none of those three deserve more than the other.
You're 100% right. No, it's a great call, and I appreciate you chiming in on this. He's right. Not one kid deserves more than the other. They all deserve an opportunity.
But we're not talking about taking away opportunity. It's to his point, if there is that 7%, if you have an athlete that has an opportunity to grow their profile, why not be able to push it? No one's saying that small schools should not play sports. No one's saying that at all.
We should celebrate this young lady, man. She's different. She's, by every account, special. Where am I going? I got to go to a break or I take this call. All right, if you're there, stay there. I want to get you in. I got to take this final break. It's the opening drive. We're going back to your calls on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports.
This high school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
For
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The Sports Animal, thanks for holding.
I'll be succinct. That commercial break was longer than some of the Crushers' relationships.
Yeah, that's probably right. Probably. Well, never mind. I didn't go there. Go on.
Good Flanagan pull. Didn't Anne Marie's rotating light-up trophy come from Coach Flanagan?
I believe that's
Just a
right.
Point of reference.
Yeah.
Hey, if my son was a phenom, things change. Landscape changes. Information changes. 20 years ago, if my son was at Corona High School or wherever, Mountain Air, and he had a chance to go to Academy or La Cueva because he was a phenom, with today's NIL, I would absolutely make the move. I would absolutely make the move if he was an exception, right? Now, my son is a 5'10" white kid and isn't blessed with the stellar athletic ability. He was blessed with handsomeness and high intellect. So, I think Grady made some great points, and I'm in full agreement. He always brings logic. But I think with new information and a new landscape, I think it's fair game. Move. Get your opportunities up. That's my take. Have a great day.
I appreciate it. Things change, man. There's a lot of interest to consider. But I'm going to go back to it again, and Grady echoed it. But for whom are we doing this? I'll ask it this way: does Harper Dunn moving from Corona to Academy, does it hurt anybody? If you're going to tell me it hurts Corona, I'm listening. Is she leaving the reason they shut down? I don't know that to be true. Does it hurt the Well, it hurts St. Pius and it hurts Bernalillo because they're in that district, whoever's in that district. All right, well, it's better competition. I think that makes it better. Well, they can't win. Oh, whatever. Dan, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Dan.
Good morning, guys. Hey, real quick. So there are so many layers of this onion that can get peeled. We could spend a long time talking about it. But, I'm a proponent of the athletics as an extension of the classroom, Jeff. You know that. I've always pronounced that.
Yep.
But it goes back to the old story of the two lobster tanks at the fish store. In one lobster tank, when one of the lobsters tries to get out of the tank, the other lobsters grab him and pull him down. And in the other one, when one of the lobsters tries to get out of the tank, the other ones get underneath him and try and help him out. So let's be the second one and try and help this young lady out. And everyone knows that moving, oh my God, that's like death and divorce, man. Moving is awful, to relocate and all that. So if they're willing to do this for their daughter, to give her a better chance at a school, at a niche school that is definitely one of the top prep schools in the country, we would be fools to say, no, don't do that for your kid.
Of course. I appreciate you, Dan.
Because,
thank you.
Look, my kids were super athletes, but you know what? They have moved forward with academia in their life.
Big deal.
So let's support that.
And let's celebrate. And if this is a special athlete, and by every indication it is, and I hear she's a great kid, then let's celebrate her. I just got a text. She would have stayed if they were going to have a team in Corona. She knew they had 3 girls after last season. I'm hearing different things on that, so I don't know what it is. But I don't even care at this point. You know, if we got somebody special, like when Bobby Newcomb was here, we celebrated that. When we had, you know, when you got somebody like this, let's celebrate.
And she wants to stay and play high school basketball.
Yeah.
She's not leaving to just go play club ball and leave the cert.
Well, that's an opportunity too.
And you know, it's actually been the girls' basketball players the last few years that have dominated the headline in the state of New Mexico. And I understand that the conversation, the rules, but if there's an athlete that wants to stay in the high school circuit and play those games, that's a positive.
Again, I'm going to go down to who got hurt here. Is there a victim here? If it's Corona, I'm listening. Like if it's the girls there, I'm listening and I'm hearing conflicting things. I honestly don't know the answer. But after that, who's hurt here? The Allsups in Corona, because people from Wagon Mound aren't going to go over there and hit the Allsups? Does the student athlete, does this young lady benefit? I'm going to guess she benefits academically by going to academy. She's going to benefit athletically by better exposure against better competition. The district is going to benefit because it just got more competitive. Well, Jeff, it's harder to win now. Well, that's what it is, man. It's competition.
You know, a lot of the things you're saying
Yeah.
about what people are discussing of who's it's hurting.
Yeah.
They're worried about towns and convenience stores a lot more than they are these student athletes.
It's been my point. I'll go back to my premise, man. Some of these things, for whom are we doing it? Whose best interest is it about the student athlete, or is it about some rules? And if you need to take it case by case, take it case by case. But what are we doing? We got a special student athlete celebrate. Thanks to Jerry Palm for being with us today. From Palm Brackets, The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome Show's after that. Brandon Ortega will be in at 4 o'clock today. And then you get NFL football at 5:30, Eagles and Giants. We're back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. with award-winning radio. Adrian, great work on the TV side. Thank you for being here. He's JJ Buck. I am merely Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you?
Huge.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
You could think you found your dream home on...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros